And so, on the third day of his war against Iran, speaking in the majestic East Room of the White House, Donald Trump reminded the world of what is most important to him.
We have a lot of great service members here with us, too, in this beautiful building. Isn't it beautiful? We're adding on to the building a little bit. We're improving the building. See that nice drape? When that comes down right now, you see a very, very deep hole. But in about a year and a half from now, you're going to see a very, very beautiful building. And there's your entrance to it right there. In fact, it looks so nice, I think I'll save money on the doors, because it can't get more beautiful than that. I picked those drapes in my first term. I always like gold, but I think we can save a lot of money. I just saved curtains. But, and it'll be spectacular. It'll be the most beautiful ballroom. I believe it's, because I built many a ballroom. I believe it's going to be the most beautiful ballroom anywhere in the world.
The only president in history who, in the third day of a war, is talking to the world about drapes that he chose. When Donald Trump illegally launched his war, he said this.
We may have casualties. That often happens in war.
And today, Donald Trump's defense secretary said this.
As the president warned, an effort of this scope will include casualties. War is hell, and always will be.
The defense secretary also said today that there are, quote, these are his words, no stupid rules of engagement. And that means the American military under Donald Trump will be operating under the same no rules of engagement used by Adolf Hitler's forces in World War II against Americans. When Donald Trump was speaking lovingly about drapes this afternoon, the publicly announced death toll of American military personnel in Donald Trump's war was 4. And later today, after Donald Trump was talking about his love of his drapes, that number was raised to 6. And Donald Trump has not said a word about those lost lives since that number moved up to 6 today. Donald Trump and his Secretary of Defense have both repeatedly referred to what they are doing in Iran as a war, which neither of them seem to understand as a way of emphasizing just how unconstitutional and illegal it is. Writing in Politico, Ankush Kadori, a former federal prosecutor, says, in fact, the U.S. attack on Iran crosses multiple legal lines, both domestically and internationally. The U.S. Constitution gives Congress the power to declare war, not the president. The Trump administration's war also cannot be squared with the War Powers Resolution of 1973, which allows the president to initiate hostilities abroad only when there has been 1, a declaration of war, 2, specific statutory authorization, or 3, a national emergency created by attack upon the United States, its territories or possessions, or its armed forces. Trump did not even attempt to argue that any of these conditions had been met. As for the killing of Khamenei, that also appears to have been illegal under international law, which generally prohibits killing heads of state. After a closed-door briefing by Donald Trump's Secretary of State and Secretary of Defense, Senator Mark Warner, the top Democrat in the Senate Intelligence Committee, said this.
There was no imminent threat to the United States of America by the Iranians. There was a threat to Israel. But if we equate a threat to Israel as the equivalent of an imminent threat to the United States, then we are in uncharted territory.
This being Donald Trump's war, of course, Donald Trump has changed the possible time frame of his war from days to months. The fact that Donald Trump is a proven pathological liar, combined with the fact that he is demonstrably incompetent, makes it very unlikely that Donald Trump tonight has any idea at all how long his war will last or what it might accomplish. Donald Trump has given a variety of reasons for launching his war, including regime change, but Donald Trump is calling on the Iranian people to deliver regime change for him.
To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or, in the alternative, face certain death. So, lay down your arms. You will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you will face certain death.
How about lay down your arms and face certain death? Lay down their arms to whom? If an Iranian soldier puts his rifle on the ground, who's going to pick it up? Would it be picked up by one of the millions of opponents of the regime who would then immediately use that weapon to shoot and kill that soldier who put it down? Trump told the Iranian military, you will be treated fairly with total immunity. Treated fairly by whom? With total immunity granted by whom? There is not a person in Iran, in the military, or an opponent of the military, who can take a word of what Donald Trump said seriously. And then there is this.
Finally, to the great, proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond. America is backing you with overwhelming